Welcome back and you are still watching Iskoolmates. Hesa, sa first part ng ating debate, medyo mabigat. Itong debate natin dito, it's about the abolition of EDCA. Nandito ba nga rin tayo sa TIP Manila for our second week at ang gagaling ng mga points ng ating mga students dito.
Yeah, very interesting yung mga points nila, Jules, no?
Okay, so let's have a quick recap ng mga nangyari kanina.
Alright, so from the affirmative side, just a quick recap sa kanila. Second-hand hardware daw, Jules, binibigay sa atin ng USA. And also, there are no guarantees that they will help us. And the third would be security and the defense of our country is not their major concern.
Okay. So, ang buto naman sa kabilang grupo mula naman sa TIP Quezon City na dapat na raw hindi abolish ang EDCA dahil yung capacity nga na nabibigay niya sa ating AFP internally and externally. Gayun na rin built-in goodwill naman itong kasunduan na to. And of course, while kailangan pa rin ng diplomacy, kailangan din daw natin maging handa for whatever situations na pwede mangyari within the region. So right now, ito na yung free flow ng debate natin. Very exciting part, Hesa. Magbibigay lang po kami ng tanong at hayaan namin yung mga debaters na mag-usap-usap sila.
Alright, so our first question for today, hindi ba pagtalikod sa relasyon ng USA at Pilipinas sakaling i-abolish ang EDCA? So to repeat again, hindi ba pagtalikod sa relasyon ng USA at Pilipinas sakaling i-abolish ang EDCA? Troy, ano masasabi mo?
Kahit po i-abolish ang EDCA, it doesn't mean that it's the end of the US and Philippine alliance because EDCA is merely implementing agreement, it's an executive agreement. Everything in EDCA, it's only possible because of the Mutual Defense Treaty and the Visiting Force Agreement.
It's not actually like that kasi kung titignan mo yung relationship natin with EDCA, it has been, with US, it has been very well. Wala namang issues and conflicts. Kasi pag tinanggal mo yung EDCA, parang ini-imply natin na gusto nating humiwalay sa kanila militarily, which is pwede siyang mag-equate sa pagpo-pull out nila ng mga investments nila dito and which would result to parang tayo lalabas na para tayong isolationist. So parang hindi maganda yung pagtanggal talaga sa EDCA kasi yung image natin sa US ang mahalaga dito, guys.
No, not really. Because if we abolish this agreement, it does not mean that we are not open to other agreements. Our point,
we are open to other agreements naman, pero hindi tayo solely inclined sa US. So, kung i-abolish natin yun, big sabihin, ano na tayo? They would conclude that we are isolationists, that we are inwardly thinking na magsasara tayo, parang ganun.
So I will quote you on this one. You said earlier that this agreement is made in goodwill. But are you sure that this is really goodwill? I believe that no alliance in history is made purely for goodwill because alliances are made for the benefit of both parties or of all the parties involved in the alliance.
We do benefit in EDCA.
US
So
has
US also benefit there as well.
geopolitical interest in the Pacific region because they are the rival of China. They have to.
Well, we all know that there's a $9 trillion trade that passes through the West Philippine Sea. Of course, we cannot deny the fact that they have interest in the West Philippine Sea. But that does not imply that we made EDCA with them so that we could preserve that interest.
But still remains, even if EDCA is abolished, MDT, Mutual Defense Treaty, Visiting Force Agreement, VFA, matagal na yun nag-exist. At nag-steady naman ang alliance ng Pilipinas at United States. So kahit tanggalin yan, okay lang. Dahil pwede na maging open to other agreements with USA.
No, kung
kaya lang
gusto
natin
naman
itong
din
EDCA
natin
dahil
pala
EDCA
magkaroon
is
ng iba
unfair.
pang agreements, edi let's just make agreements instead of abolishing one, di ba? So kung ayaw nyo sa EDCA, wag na lang natin abolish, iset aside na lang natin siya and mag-accept pa tayo ng mga agreements kung gusto nyo with China or Russia or other countries. Ganun lang.
Lalo tayo magmumukhang isolationist niyan. Or lalo tayo magmumukhang ayaw natin sa Amerika.
Like isolationist for that. Kasi
you will turn down America
tayo,
and open
magiging
agreements to other
isolationist lang
countries.
tayo pag nagsara na tayo kung hindi militarily, economically. So parang ganun yung magiging kakalabasan ng pag inabolish natin, kahit yung sabi natin EDCA lang inabolish natin. Sabi natin na, ayun nga, na-abolish na yung EDCA, na-remain na yung VFA and MDT, the Mutual Defense Treaty. Pero pwedeng magkaroon ng parang may scar na yung alliance ng US with Philippines kung magiging ganun lang din, di ba?
Okay, so in line with your points right now, dadako tayo sa pangalawang tanong natin kasi related na doon. Sakaling matuloy yung pag-abolish ng military exercises, naniniwala ba kayo na dapat na rin tayo maging open sa military exercises kasamang ibang bansa?
Definitely.
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Because we have to stop to depending only on America. I know there is a long alliance. Matagal na magkaibigan ng Amerika at Pilipinas. Pero hindi ibig sabihin nun dapat sa Amerika lang tayo mag-focus. Nandiyan ang China, nandiyan ang Russia, nandiyan ang Japan. We are all in the same neighborhood. Kung sino mas malayo sa atin, yun pa yung pinafocus natin. We should also do military exercises with China, Russia, or even Japan and other neighboring countries.
Sa tingin namin, here in the opposition side, hindi lang yung alliance ng Amerika at saka Philippines ang pre-preserve natin dito. Why are we depending so much in America? Una-una, hindi lang sa dahil alliance natin, dahil silang hegemon or yung superpower. Meron silang hard power, or yung hard power kasi, yun yung both military power and economic power. However, sa Japan, Russia, China, hindi naman silang superpower America. That's why we're depending solely on America. And opening yung Philippines sa other exercises, you can't serve two masters at once. Dapat may isa lang. So we should preserve yung EDCA. Yun nga, para ma-enhance nga yung AFP natin kasi nga hindi naman natin yung issue din tungkol sa China, it's out of context kasi you're just assuming na magkakaroon ng war, ongoing war. Ayun nga, as of now, yung at modern times, meron nga tayong we're very diplomatic right now. However, meron dapat tayong always preemptive plans or yung tinatawag nga natin na defensive realism or yung tinitignan natin what would happen if there would be an outbreak in war.
You said already that you're assuming that there will be a war, but you said that we have to be prepared in case there's a war, right? So I will agree to you that the US is an hegemon and a superpower, and it is to our benefit, or it is good for us to solely depend on them. But it does not mean that we have to continue depending on them, even though that their agreements or treaties with us are no longer fair. EDCA is no longer fair because, let's see, what does United States give or receive from us in this agreement? They will have agreed locations or military base in the Philippines, and
Which would be talked about by both parties. So hindi lang Amerika ang may say dito.
Yes. I didn't say that it's totally in their authority. I'm just saying that there will be bases here. And I'm acknowledging that there is authority of Philippines. But another one that they receive in this EDCA, that we let the United States fulfill their geopolitical interest to have a presence in the Pacific region, because they need to have presence in the Pacific region to check China, which is their rival. So what do we get in return? Unguaranteed help and unguaranteed modernization.
Unguaranteed help is too deterministic. The US will concur in their legislative body, 2/3 votes, whether to help us or not. So we can't truly determine if they would never guarantee their aid whenever we are faced with armed conflicts. And to say that we are serving the interest of the US alone, I don't think that's what's really happening. The interest of our country is national security. So national security, here comes US, they have an interest. We want to preserve the freedom of
But why should we
navigation
settle for
in the
an
West
agreement
Philippine
that is
Sea.
so lopsided? If we can form with other allies of our country. So we need to remember that China is a rising power. So
Why should we first form agreement with other
But we already have
allies?
VFA with Japan and other countries. So we already have the help from other countries. So we don't need to rely solely on America to help us when we needed help, because we already have alliances with other countries that can help us to
Then
fulfill.
what would we benefit if we abolish EDCA?
We will benefit because what? First of all, the America, in case ISIS is one of the enemy of America. If we let America have bases here, they will attack us because this is their storage.
That's being too deterministic.
No, really. But this is what realistic is. What is
No,
really
it's not
happening?
being realistic because you're
ISIS
assuming.
is already what? Is already attacking Syria. Oh, so how can we assure that in that instance America will help us?
And
Considering
strategically, if
that-
you would be thinking like a terrorist,
No.
you won't be attacking
Considering that
Philippines.
there's a-
There are other countries that would be attacked by
That
ISIS,
there's-
such as...
Alright, hold your horses. Yan. May related kami na question dyan. Go.
Alright guys, speaking of terrorism, our next question is, nakakatulong ba sa anti-terrorism ang EDCA?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on this?
It does.
Go ahead,
Actually, there's
Tyron.
a provision in EDCA which states that the U.S. military would provide intelligence and cooperation in fighting terrorism here in our country. So that is clearly stated in EDCA. So yun.
Actually, yung EDCA, hindi talaga siya nakakatulong kasi actually ito pa yung nagpapalala sa terrorism. Another present issue dyan is yung militant groups na nagiging active dahil sa EDCA. They are, because the ISIS, a terrorist in the Middle East, they are seeking attentions, militants groups, example, Maute groups, sila yung nagpapasabog around Mindanao dahil they want to seek attention, violence.
Can you prove that there's already an ISIS group here in our country? Because if we are going to say that,
I did not say that there is already
th-
an ISIS in our country. I said that Filipino terrorists.
But why do you
here.
say that ISIS would be
I'm
would
saying
attack
that
Philippines?
terrorists,
as what Troy
terrorists
said
here in our
earlier?
country, such as like Maute group, is actually seeking attention from the ISIS.
And that's why US is here to prevent their attention-seeking
No,
tendencies.
actually, the reason kung bakit naging active yung Maute group is dahil nandito yung presence ng US military personnel sa bansa, kaya sila naging aktibo.
But what makes you think that removing the military bases, the US, let's say there are already out of Philippines, so what makes you think that those militant groups would stop terrorizing villages in the provinces? What makes you think that those militant groups would surrender their arms because the US has already left Philippines alone?
Letting the abolishment of EDCA means that magkakaroon tayo ng open channel between us, the government, and the militant groups.
But there's already
they refuse to speak.
peace talks,
They refuse
right?
to speak because of the presence of America.
There's
We won't talk to you
already
as long as you are the
peace talks.
American slapdog. That's their dialogue. So if we abolish EDCA, then these channels of peace talks will open and provide for
There's
the
already a
settlement of
peace talks
dispute
na
against
nga.
this territory.
Actually, with or without EDCA, kayo nga nagsabi na we're open pa rin. Kaya open tayo sa mga sa mga ISIS na yan, sa mga terrorist groups na yan. So, pag may EDCA, let's put it this way na naglagay tayo ng protection kasi kahit naman wala yung kahit meron or without EDCA, hindi naman tayo actually kung nagsisik nga siya ng attention from ISIS, what more kung wala rin yon, open pa rin tayo kasi we're Philippines, small country, so there's a tendency na ma-atake pa rin tayo. So we have EDCA as protection and also as an aid para ready tayo kung ano man yung mangyari. That's what we're saying here.
Yung sinasabi nyo na may peace talks na, hindi yun sa kasi militant group na Maute, hindi naman kasama sa peace talks yun eh.
Hindi naman kasi militant
we have
group
peace
yung mga
talks with
terrorist group yun, parang
the
Abu Sayyaf.
Islamic,
Mahirap
right?
makipag-peace talk sa mga terrorista sa mga
MILF and the
ganong klaseng,
BFF. But the
grupo.
other terrorists, ang hinanaing nila, we don't want the Americans here. We refuse to speak as long as they're here. So there will be no peace talks between those militant groups if Americans
I think
will stay here in the
to the
Philippines.
bases that they're yung sa may Zamboanga ba yun, ayaw nila na may US military bases. In EDCA, those bases that would be built by the US military would be given eventually to the Philippines, would be the property of the Philippines. So we should not worry about that. Those militant groups should understand, it is their obligation to understand that EDCA
But
does
they won't
not...
understand. Those are terrorists. Ipipilit nila yung gusto nila. They want
Then
Americans
that's out of the question. That's not non-debatable.
Thank you. Actually, lumalawak na rin yung discussion natin kasi pumapasok na yung yung side naman ng mga terrorists dito. Pero maganda yan, very insightful yung naging discussion natin dito. Kaya naman at this point, Hessa, puntahan naman natin si JV para malaman yung pulso ng ating mga schoolmates.
Thank you, Jules and Esa. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang pakikibahagi ng ating mga ka-schoolmates dito sa TIP Manila! Diba? Sobrang energetic pa rin. Para mag-share ng kanyang opinion, kasama ko ngayon si schoolmate Vea. Tama ba, Vea? Anong course mo?
RTU Baccalaureus, major in English language.
Wow, English language. Nasa yung mga taga-English language dyan? Kulang energy. Nasa yung mga English language? Okay. Ano masasabi mo sa ating issue for the day?
It is good, so I have question for the negative sides. Paano kayo makakasiguro na matutulungan tayo ng US kung wala naman ng Philippines sa plataforma nila?
Hindi naman sa wala tayo sa platforms nila. Sabi ko nga kanina, they have an interest here in our country. And to provide, to pursue their interest, they have to make a scapegoat. And I see EDCA as their scapegoat. So still, we are in the platform of the US. Hindi totally na wala. Siguro partial lang. Ganun.
So sa inyo na po nang galing na scapegoat lang ang EDCA. Ang kanilang
Pursuing their interest
where
in
they have
the West Philippine
interest,
Sea.
but they're using EDCA
But not
as a scapegoat.
totally in exploiting
Alright,
the Philippines.
Let him answer first. Thank you.
EDCA is only a scapegoat, which further proves our point that EDCA is unfair. EDCA is more about their interest, not about the defense of the Philippines.
Alright, mamaya na lang sa final statement. Balik na kay JV.
Pinag-away mo kasi sila. Okay, Jules, kasi di ba last week nag-pick up line ako? Okay lang ba mag-pick up line ako ngayon?
Okay lang ba?
Sige,
Ah,
ano?
Sige
Asa
na.
yung mga tropa ko dyan? Di ba? May tropa ako dito eh. Okay, ate, pwede mo mag-pick up line? Sige. Nagbe-bake ba yung mga parents mo?
Bakit?
Wala naman, kasi nagtataka lang ako kung paano sila nakagawa ng cutie pie like you. Yeah! Walang energy! 1, 2, 3! Yeah! Diba? Okay na. Sige, thank you. Punta naman tayo ng social media. Ito, sabi ni Raven Garcia, hindi ako sangayon dahil kailangan ng ating bansa ang isang bansa na enough ang funds and equipment para supplyan ang pagsasanay ng militar. Yun ay galing kay Raven Garcia. Patuloy lang po kayo magpadala ng inyong mga komento at mag-tweet sa aming social media account. Pero bago ang lahat ng yan, balik muna dyan, Jules and Hessa.
Alright, sa ating pagbabalik, may mga argumento pa rin po tayong maririnig.
Kaya naman, stay with us dito lamang sa Iskoolmates!